Like I said, am I a roofer or a professional water dry rot preventer type contractor? Heck no. But I want you to know, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, self-adhesive webbing tape. This is drywall self-adhesive tape. That's all I've got here. And I'm just gonna kind of cut it to length here with my scissors. And I figure I'm going to coat this this top step just like everything else. Okay, even though this is a brand new step, I'm still going to do this because, like I say, if the step were to ever leak, chances are, with the water coming down from here, this is where it's going to leak. Here, here, and on the other end. Okay? And so that's why I'm going to go the extra mile and put this tape on here. I'm not even getting into the roofing material yet. I'm gonna put this on without getting my hands all grubby. Okay. That. Okay. Now, after that, I'm gonna end up putting this on here. This one, this step is going to be slightly different because this return right here is not as high as these other ones, mainly because, well, it is, but this metal trim from here goes from the top of the stair on down. So I don't have to put this all the way up under there. So I can start this, and I'm still going to have enough for it to flop down. Whereas on the next step, I'm not going to have that, am I? Because this thing is just about the right height there without having it loop over. But I want it to loop over. And, you know, could I use just one piece and come up and not have this whole thing protected? I probably could. I just don't want to see any line transition between this and the roofing material. And so I'll have to make that decision when I get there, okay? But for right now, I guess I don't necessarily have to make that decision just this minute. Eventually I'm going to, though, right? Okay. And I've got these all swept and stuff, and I put 2 coats of exterior primer on here. One, mainly to keep this clean. Secondly, the first coat of primer was an exterior, and it was a mold killing primer. And so if there was any mold on any of those steps, it would kill it. And I don't really think there was, but I had some, and I thought, I'll just put it on there. Okay. I don't have to have that exact, but I want to get it as close as I can to the middle. I tried on the little deck section, I tried to put the roofing material on there first, and then my hands were kind of getting roofing material on there. I thought, why not just put this on dry? See? And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get this as close as I can to the corners. So I'll cut it long first, and then shorten it up, and try it again. Oh, beauty. Okay. There we go. Like that. Now you see why. Actually, these 2 top stairs, I only caulked this a little bit, but you can see on the next stairs where it was indentated, I wanted to fill that with caulking to get that nicely rolled. And so, see on this one, eventually and I can do it right now. I'm going to put this, I'm going to roll this over that, but I've got to make a decision now. See, this is 4" and this is about 4 inches, and I'm looking at that. If I hold it up tight, it doesn't really overlap as much as I wanted it to. So my question for myself now is, do I want to take this and lower it down, say about 1/2 inch or so, you know, and then that would give it enough to like that and protect that inside corner. I want to do that, and then I don't have to put an extra piece down here. Do you see what I mean? Or do I want to cut this? Do I want to split it in half, put a little piece there? Let's just see what to do here. I'm going to cut it long. So I'm trying not to have to go to the store again too to get more of this, but if I do, I do. Right? I was gonna cut this whole thing like this, boop, 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 but I could just roll this up. Right? I can roll this back up and do it. Let's just see. I got all day to do this. I'm not in a big old rush. I'm just taking my time trying to figure this out. Okay, now I can cut that in half, can't I? I can cut that in half now. Now, can you see how I can put that right like that after I put some material down, some roofing material. This will set down on there, okay? So that will mean I've got 2 full layers down there, okay? Like that. I think I'm going to do that. And then after I do that, then I'll come back with a full piece from the top of the stair on down. And if it folds over barely, fine. That gives me just a little bit extra right there. And then I'll put a piece here, one there, and probably one. Let's see, I do that one and that one. And I could almost take some small pieces again and overlap so that it's safe. That way I can save material. I think I'll do that. I'll have that. See, this piece will go like to there, and then I can just barely overlap to about there. And because I've got that piece there, then I see what I could do. I see exactly what I could do. I could put this and not even cut a piece. Run this first, and then start one from here, roll up, and it will end right about where it is before. And then do something at the top, you know, maybe another full piece up at the top or something. Okay, I think I kind of have my game plan here. I'm just figuring out all this kind of as I go. Hey, no rhyme and reason on this. Why go and pay somebody to do this? See, I've got extra because I don't think this is going to be enough. But if it is, I can take this back to the store if I don't open it. Or I can use that next time I do some patches. See, this is the same. The same kind of stuff as that. Self-adhesive drywall tape on there, it says. And save it for my drywall patches and stuff. Yeah. And they have that in white too. I thought, for the sake of argument, when I do drywall patches from now on, I'll put the yellow down, because then I can coat that. It's easier to see if I've coated it all properly, if I've covered it, because it's yellow instead of white, right? And so I've started to use the yellow. There we go. And I'll keep going like that on the rest of these stairs with this tape. Okay, it's not going to take me very long. How many more steps do I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more pieces, and I'll be right back to you. Show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, and see, this stuff has self-adhesive tape on it, and I just want to push it in there. Now this self-adhesive webbing tape is pretty old stuff. I've had this for a couple years, but it's still kind of sticky. It only has to stick for a little bit until I get the roofing material on there. You see what I mean? I want to make sure it's pushed up, and that's why I wanted that caulked underneath there to go up at the angle of the dangle. Okay. And I've got it. Okay, that's your first step. Like I say, you don't have to be a roofer to do this, or a drywaller, or a tile guy, or a stucco guy, or anybody who works on decks all the time. I don't work on decks very often at all. I used to years ago, but no more. And just wanting to show you, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so my next step, what is my next step? Well, I guess I've got to get into that bucket over there with that roofing material. I've got to have my webbing, well, it's not webbing tape, it's just a cloth, see? See-through cloth. Have that ready. I've got the 2 pieces that I've already cut. I'll have to figure out when I'm going to use that, where I'm going to use that. And I'm going to start up here. And remember, I told you these 2 steps were brand new. So you might be saying, hey, Joe, how come you're going to do those? How come you're going to do this stair here when this is brand new? Well, because I've done this, I want another piece going up there, and I don't want the webbing, I don't want this cloth just to stop like that, because I don't want to see that underneath when I coat this. Chances are I probably not, but this did have check marks in the 4x12, and this will protect it from the check marks getting any bigger, exposing this, cracking out the roofing material a year down the road. If it does want to separate, it'll separate underneath this. Do you see what I mean? This is going to be bonded tight right down on top of that. Okay, with the roofing material. You'll see. Keep watching these videos. You'll see. The next step is I've got to get this bucket open. I'm going to show a separate video for that. If you've never opened a 5-gallon bucket before, I'm going to show you a trick if you don't know how to open one of these buckets. It doesn't have to be roofing material, it can be paint. You can have a bucket exactly like this. Okay? It could have paint in there, it could have drywall, mud in there, it could have roofing material. Stick around, I'll show you an easy way to open those buckets.